So the fact that Mamdani has supported the anti-Jewish protests, which are these Palestinian protests, the pro-Palestinian protests, that is a concern. And it makes me say, well, what are these protests really doing that are pro-Palestinian if all they're doing are targeting Jews and targeting the existence of Jews gathering and Israelis gathering? We're not just talking about a mayor who will be and already is anti-Israel. We're talking about somebody who is an anti-Semitic Jew hater. I mean, Mamdani was literally condemned by the US Holocaust Memorial. The US Holocaust Memorial, to the best of my knowledge, rarely condemns people, but he refused to say that the globalize the intifada statement and desire is not okay. That shows his anti-Semitism. When he keeps talking about globalize the intifada, it's important for us to acknowledge what intifada actually means. The word intifada is a term that Islamic terror groups use to talk about or to refer to a violent uprising against Jews, Israel, and truly infidels, which are anybody who doesn't practice Islam the way they do. So when he calls for globalize the intifada, that's what it means. We need to listen to the words that the pro-Palestinian protesters are using to the words that Mamdani himself is using. And that is what is concerning to Jews like me. I lived in New York City for most of my adult life. I now live in Washington, D.C., due to work that I'm doing. And I'm hearing about more and more Jews speaking about leaving New York because they're concerned for their safety, the safety of their families, the safety of their communities. We already saw what happened at Columbia University and on the streets of New York City. This is just going to continue to spread in New York. We've seen it already. We've seen it with Jewish businesses being attacked. We've seen it with heightened security at Jewish synagogues and Jewish schools. And this will just continue to spread at unprecedented levels with Mamdani. So this is massively concerning. When I'm asked what he can do to ease the concerns of the Jewish community, is to drop out because I don't believe that he can all of a sudden shift his beliefs and the things that he said about Jews, about Zionism, and about Israel throughout the course of his public life. Anti Semitic incidents have consistently increased, and the anti Semitic incidents represent more than half of all hate crimes in New York City, 54% in both March and April of 2025. That's a huge percent, especially when you think about how small the Jewish community is, 0.2% of the world. This spike in April 2025 that had, I believe, 41 incidents is notably the highest in nearly a year. There are 345 total incidents in 2024 that marked this continuation of elevated levels that were up from the numbers in 2023. So that's why many Jewish New Yorkers are talking about moving, are talking about leaving. I moved from New York City to Washington, D.C. I know more New Yorkers who are thinking about moving to D.C. or are thinking about moving to Florida. I hear a lot of people talk about Florida, especially South Florida, since it's considered another borough of New York City for so many New Yorkers, anyhow. But that I can smile and smirk about that. But the truth is that comes from a massive place of concern.